Today, I am introducing Jay to the huddle. We actually go way back. We were besties in high school, and now he's a sports performance specialist. So go ahead and tell us about your journey to get here.
Yeah, so I started, I first started off in personal training. I did my first internship when I was at ASU, which was really cool. I learned how to do more of creating rapport with people and stuff like that. And then after that, I started working for a private doctor, and I was running her facility for like about a year and a half. And then I figured out that I kind of want to get more into my own business because I thought I did personal training well. And then I traded more general population people, and that was awesome too. And then I was like, I need to get to the next level. Was I enjoyed, the sports performance area, training athletes even faster, stronger, hopefully getting into college into the next level. So that was kind of my journey with it, and I've been doing this with my own business and stuff like that for about 4 years now. So it's been really, really satisfying. Obviously seeing kids get better, also stronger, and also the communication I've had with them, and building relationships. It's basically how I got there.
Yeah, very cool. I love that.
Mhm.
Actually,
Mhm.
trained some of the athletes that I worked with in grad school, so I get to still
That's right.
see them like grow and develop. It's really cute. It makes me smile every time I see them. So, okay, you did go to ASU though, and what is isn't your degree kinesiology?
So my degree is I'm actually the first graduate from my degree. So
Okay.
I got a degree in sports performance, basically sports performance planning and
Oh,
programming.
oh, that's very cool. I should have
Yeah.
known that. My bad.
No, it's okay. So like literally I was kinesiology I think for the first 2 years, and then the new degree came out and my counselor was like, "Do you want to switch to this?" I'm like, "Yeah." So like whenever I graduated, it was like me and this other girl that worked at still to do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
very
it
cool.
was super cool.
Who do you think you work with? Like, what kind of collaboration do you think you work with right now? Are you working with athletic trainers, with PTs?
I would say I'm more with the physical therapist.
Mhm,
Just because it's in case kids get hurt during their own season or whatever, they're in PT before they come to and stuff like that. Of course, whenever I come in, I make sure there's a injury history or current in PT I need to know about, so certain things we cannot do. Uh,
mhm,
some of my kids do want to come to me about certain issues and be like, "Hey, I'm not a physical therapist by any means. I'm not an athletic trainer, so that's not my realm. But this is what I maybe think is going on. But I rather talk to a professional who's actually in that field that has more education in that space." But
mhm.
yeah, mostly with like I think I had like especially I had two girls in PT and stuff like that, and then just working with their PT, be like, when is she clear to do this next step, and everything like.
Yeah, awesome.
Mhm.
The reason that I really wanted you on this podcast, and we kinda talked about a little bit before, is I think,
Yeah,
like, strength and conditioning, that sports performance is so important in setting that base of injury prevention. When these
yeah,
kids know how to do plyometrics correctly, and when they have that, like, balance and proprioception or whatever,
yeah,
agility, their injury rates go down. So, I think
right,
you're a super
100%.
important person in the sports medicine
Yeah,
team.
I think one of my main goals is obviously injuries happen, you can't prevent them. You do
Mhm.
injury prevention, but you can't really prevent injuries from happening. They just
Yeah.
happen sometimes, and stuff like that. Just how sports goes. But my job
Mhm.
is to make sure they don't end up in PT. Keep your
Yeah.
body strong and make sure your knees are okay, especially basketball players. I've been trained basketball players for the most part. So it kind of
Mhm.
goes into what I've done my whole entire life. So I kind of understand how the basketball body moves, what it needs and what it doesn't need, when to like back off during in season and everything like that. So
Yeah.
I think it's just like my background really helps with what I'm doing.
Yeah, of course. No,
Mhm.
basketball for me right now, patellar tendinitis is
Oh man, oh man.
it's spreading like it's contagious.
It's like it's that and the Achilles right now. And I'll
Achilles,
tell
yeah, I
you,
have a couple of those too.
it's
Yeah.
especially because in high school and in club basketball they play so many games now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And they don't do the proper recovery. They don't do the proper strength training. They don't do the proper sleeping, eating, stay hydrated. And stuff like that. So it's kind of like them
Yes.
fighting against all their games are playing. And they have to come and then they come see me. I'm just like, we can only do so much without overloading your body. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah,
the
100%.
Achilles, ankles, knees, and like hips and stuff like that, especially when it comes to basketball, it's just like you have to like just make sure you're doing everything proper in the recovery setting, especially also in the weight room.
That's why I think, like, for high school, we have, like, strength and conditioning coaches.
Right,
Sometimes
right.
mine doesn't have one, but when you
Okay.
do have one, it's so important to work so closely with them because you have that same
Oh.
understanding of,
Hmm.
like, the same kind of, foundation of rest and recovery, but also knowing how to stress tissues. I think, like, a lot of even rehab, we steal the ideas of, like, strengthening
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
performance, we just apply it to injured tissues as well. So it's super
Exactly.
so I liked when I used to have a strength and conditioning coach because I could go up to him and be like, "Hey, I think I'm really trying to work more on like quads or trying to work more with this motion. I need some ideas." So I think
Right,
it's
right.
important for us to be a team. Yeah.
No, I know, absolutely. And also, like, I think it's you have different types of strength and conditioning coaches too. You have more of the old school ones, and you have more of the new
Mhm.
school ones, like me. We
Yeah.
like the data is so much different, and then the game, especially when it comes to basketball, the game moves so much faster now that you
Yeah.
need a body that can hold up.
Yeah.
I work with like a little bit of football guys, a little bit of like track and field, not as much, but just the amount when it comes to basketball, it's just like they're on the court all the time and having to
Mhm.
make sure the body can handle that workload and be able to like sustain like being at their peak performance as long as they can.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's huge in just the sports world right now too. I think we
Oh,
see so many
100%.
more injuries because I think we're pushing bodies so much harder than they ever have
Yeah,
been.
yeah,
Stronger,
I agree.
faster, whatever the saying is. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like stronger,
I
faster,
understand.
higher.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Right.
know, like your body can only go so far, and so I think,
So
yeah,
far,
yeah.
especially
So
like
you're right.
yeah, especially obviously during the off season you can push it. Obviously, we're not playing as many games, but with basketball, so I kind of have to gauge that as well.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So especially when they're out of state and they're traveling so much and everything like that, I don't know what they're doing all the time. So I'm just like, I know you're not gonna be by yourself all the time. But
Hmm.
like when they're in off season, obviously you can push it to the limits as much as possible. And then obviously during in season, you got to maintain what you built during the off season time. And then some
Yeah.
kids don't want to do that. You wonder why you're digressing in your play and you're getting hurt and you don't feel right. It's because you're not continuing what you've been doing. And I do my best to
Yeah.
make sure I and they end up in PT because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Literally,
Yeah,
exactly.
they end up
Yeah.
in PT because of
They're
that.
at my doorstep. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So, so it all works out. It's just like I try to
Hmm.
tell them.
Yeah, sometimes they learn or sometimes they even burn out like that and they're like, "Oh, I just have to get healthy and I can do it all again." It becomes a
Right, right, right.
cycle
Then
instead of
I got to
learning.
restart from the jump. I was like,
Yeah,
let's build it back
exactly.
up.
Yes, exactly. So, what does a day in your life look like right now? Because I know you own your own company doing
Yeah.
this. So, what is that? How did you build up to that?
Ooh, that's a great question. So I started my own thing in like 2022. I was doing regular personal training with like the regular demographic and everything like that, and general population.
Mhm.
That was awesome. And then I figured I had to move into sports. So went to I went to Pinnacle and stuff like that. I
Yep.
went to their summer camp, and I
Near
just
Nation.
yeah, exactly. And I protected the village. I just went to the high school. I obviously Coach Wild. I have a good connection with him because I was there all 4 years, and then
Is he still there?
he's still the coach.
Wow. Okay.
Since it opened, Pinnacle's had him as the coach. Got all like cool DMing kids that like obviously at Pinnacle, and when it comes to what I do, this is showing what there's another level to training. I know basketball skills, and then it's like there's another development towards it. It's getting stronger, faster, and quicker on the court. And then my first client was Nelson, and then he started taking off, dunking and everything. And I was like, "How's he doing that?" One kid to five kids to 10 kids, 10 kids to 20, 20 to 25, 30, like etc. And then like I'm getting more girls and when it comes to girls basketball side because weights and sometimes females don't want to get in there yet. It's a little uncomfortable
Mhm.
space. And I try to make that,
Yes, it's still
the weight
kind of
room.
new for them to
Yeah,
be
it's very new.
weightlifting. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's awesome. But it's like I like to, make it a comfortable space for them to come in soon, like you get your work done and everything's cool.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like how I built that and I has been coasting ever since when it comes to that.
I hear so much about like I don't want to say all of healthcare is like this, but it's cool to hear how you built it with because of the results you got, not so much who you
Hmm.
knew. Because sometimes
Right.
it's who you know, not what you know. But I feel like your story is very what you knew, which is super cool and
Yeah,
unique.
absolutely. Yeah, and that's what I sort of built it on and everything like that. I always tell like first person like, come see what I do, and like hopefully this works for you. I'm not a coach for everybody. Sometimes what I'm doing isn't something you want to do. That's completely okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to the realm of especially basketball, I think I have a pretty good idea of what needs to be done and
Yeah. At this
everything like
point, you
that.
would hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would hope, right? I have a good idea, and then also having great communication with all my athletes and their parents. I think that's one of the biggest
Hmm.
things too. So make sure they know what they're doing, what's happening. Like it's not just like you drop off your kid and he's just here for an hour. You know what I
Yes.
mean? They're here to get better, get stronger. Yeah, do we have a little bit of fun? Absolutely. Me, I'm funny.
Hmm.
I like to laugh and stuff. But I like to make sure like that once our hour and a half is all effective, it's efficient, and then we get in here and get out. That's how it usually works.
What would you say is like your main focus? I guess it would kind of would depend on the level of athlete, but what do you focus
Hmm.
on mostly with them?
So I can just break it down. Like when it comes to like my youth kids, I would say like third grade, no, fourth grade to like seventh grade and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It's just honestly just learning how to learning, honestly. Like
Yeah.
mechanics, coordination, all of those
Mhm.
things. And I have certain kids that move a bit faster than others, and that's okay. And I have ones that, takes a little bit while, and that's all right as well. But learning how to run properly, learning how to jump properly, landing. Crazy how much people don't know how to land, especially kids that like they've been playing basketball their whole life. But like when they're landing it, it's like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Having,
No, and learning that so early is so great for their
oh,
knees,
it's
like
so great,
their ACL.
right. Movement pattern, how to use intent on whatever we're trying to do. And then, of
Mhm.
course, when it comes to my high schoolers, freshmen that still kind of need a weight room. But I want to freshmen kind of throw them into the fire a little bit. Like, you want to play basketball? This is what's going to take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it comes to lifting, being on time and stuff, jumping, everything like that. And then I get to my some of my college guys. It's just who we compete against, what level are you at? Are you at D1, D2? It really doesn't matter. You're trying to become the best athlete and compete at the college level, which is one of the hardest things to do nowadays.
Yeah, it really is.
Because like I have kids that are 18. I'm like, guys, you gotta play 25-year-olds now. It's not 18 against 18. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like the
Yeah.
reclassing and the transfer rules. You can be in college until 27 now. I didn't know you could do that. And
I
I was
know,
like,
I know.
I'd still be playing right now. This is crazy.
Yeah, right?
you know, but yeah, so I'm just like, guys, you're in a 18-year-old body has to go against a 25-year-old, 24-year-old grown man already. I'm
Mhm.
like, you guys got to compete against that. You have a guy that's 25. He's been doing a strength program for almost half a decade.
Yeah, been
Yeah.
developing for half a
And
decade,
developing
yeah.
for half a decade already before you.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you think what you're being late to things, not doing the right thing, he's not eating, I'm going to get you to where you want to go.
Mhm.
That's not
Yeah.
how that works. You know what I
Especially
mean?
if you're burning your body out right now, you
Oh my
know?
goodness.
The
Oh
one
my
thing that they have
goodness.
over them is that you are young and you're uninjured and you're
Right,
unburned
right,
out.
right. 100%. And then, like I was fortunate to have some pros come in this past summer. Some guys that play
Cool.
overseas and everything like that. So it seems super cool to have them and like seeing that totally different. They know how to warm up properly. They know how to do their own little tricks that they need to do. And whenever it gets to like the actual block A, block B, block C, I'll take control of that. And then,
Mhm.
it's cool. They give me back feedback like what things they're not comfortable with, things they're not comfortable with, which is like super cool. I'm very open to that, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
And seeing how they work. And it's just like they want to be efficient too. They want to get out there in 45 minutes. They don't want to be here for an hour. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like so they know how to like the intensity is a little bit different, which is just, was cool to see that part of it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah,
Who would have thought we'd be here?
honestly, not me. Okay, so
Yeah, I knew
it's
we'd be
since
in
yeah.
sports. I knew that
Oh,
we would be in
100%,
sports,
100%.
but
Yeah.
who knew we would be like
I don't know. I Jesus. Like every day, it's funny because like you remember Connor Hutchins? Right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
he does all my media and stuff like that.
Yes, he comes up on
Yeah,
my feed all of the time now.
yeah. So he does all the photos. He does all my stuff, and like me and him, obviously, like we're best friends. It's like I'm gonna be the best man at his wedding.
Aw.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
So
I
he,
always knew that would happen.
right.
Yeah, I knew that we would be there.
Right. But like, it's funny, like whenever we're just sitting down in the gym or like we're making content together, we look at each other like, oh, this is what it means doing this. I was like, not me.
Yeah. Oh, that's
But
really
it's
I know,
yeah,
it's crazy.
right.
I don't keep up with many people from high school, but when
Yeah, me
like,
neither.
there are some of us that I do talk to, and it's just like, wow,
Mhm.
we're actually, like, kinda killing it.
They're kind of doing okay. We're doing okay.
Yeah, and we're all in sports.
Oh yeah, and it works out, and everyone's doing their
Yeah.
own little niche thing and everything like that. And it's cool
Yeah.
seeing you do all your videos, like you talking and stuff like
Thank
that.
you.
I was like, is that what he's doing? I was like,
I know, it turns out when the shy kid finds their voice, they
that's what I'm
can't
trying
shut
to.
up. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. I was like, she came out of her shell. I'm like, she wasn't like that.
This was all happening inside of my head, I just figured out how to get it out.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Better late than never.
Okay. What about with collaboration? Like, because you were saying you collaborate with
Yeah.
professional athletes as well, and you collaborate with PTs. Do you
Yeah.
have any examples of when the collaboration was like just really good and you really like it worked out really well for your athlete?
I had a kid. He broke his leg. He
HIPAA
broke his.
J HIPAA. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
good. You
Yeah,
didn't violate HIPAA. You're good.
okay.
Just
I don't even know the
reminding
rule.
you.
I don't know the rules.
That's true. I guess you're not tied down to HIPAA. So talk all you want. Go ahead.
I had a kid that got injured, lower body injury. So he had a surgery. And had a surgery. He came back. The surgery didn't really hold up. He was going to PT and everything like that, but his leg was still
Oh.
hurting. Second surgery came in because they took out whatever they put in. And
I
yeah,
had an
and
athlete
then
where like his body rejected it. It was a
it
whole
rejected it.
ordeal.
It rejected it. Yeah, it rejected it. And so they get another surgery or another recovery time. And, you know, I didn't know his PT exactly, but I made sure like all the emails and everything. He told me it's clear to go and everything like that. So we went from, obviously we were training upper body for the most part,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
when it's clear for lower body, obviously eccentric, control things, more not the big
Mhm.
thing on the spine yet, everything like that. And then we were like, oh, it's clear for that. We can get to that. And then we came to like plyometrics, obviously basketball, so we love to do is jump is one of those things. And I was like,
Yeah.
and for me, because I'm like, I've known him since his eighth grade junior. It was like a little bit personal for me. So
Yeah, he's
I
like
was
your little
like, cool.
baby.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, cool. And then like we got into, low level plyos. He was like, okay, landing. That feels okay. Obviously the impact and anything on the ground and everything like that. So it's just from the ankle
Mhm.
up. That was good. And then always cleared a sprint. I'm like, great. And sprinting. And he's happy to sprint now. I'm like, this is great. Because he was
Yes,
able to do that
they
before.
always
He could
love sprinting
just
after
say
they've been
last sprint.
injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, this is the best. I'm like, cool. And then we got into to our high hurdle plyos and then like now he's good. So
Yeah.
he's on his basketball team. He's doing his thing. He's been out for a year of basketball, so it kind of was a lot mentally, of course, being injured.
Mhm. Yeah.
But just keeping him in the gym, texting, hey, come to the gym whenever you need to. Come to the gym. Come to the, you don't have a session. Come to the gym. Come to the gym. So
Mhm.
you stay with everybody and everything like that. Because sometimes whenever you get hurt, you can just
Exactly.
be by yourself and you feel like it's just you.
Yeah, you get stuck in
So
here. Yeah.
yeah, of course, 100%, absolutely. And like it's like this is a community. Everyone's going through things, but as long as we can, do things here, and then whatever I can do, like advice or anything I can do to help you, anything like that, I'm gonna do it. That was probably the best collaboration I've had in like like that I've had so far was that.
Yeah, no, that's
Just because,
amazing. What a
yeah,
blessing
because
for
like
that kid that he had so many resources too,
yeah,
you
and
know?
like just the
Yeah.
the journey and everything like that. That was just like from him getting injured and then him now and just able to do the battle support and do his thing. It's like that's great to see.
Aw, you got
Yeah,
to experience every athletic trainer's favorite part of their job.
exactly.
Yeah. That's cool. No, that is, like, one of the most rewarding experiences I think we have, is, like, seeing that injured athlete, like, get to go back
Yeah,
and kill it.
a question for you, because like you guys do like compared to what I have to do when it comes to like with people like game day for football is like
Mhm.
probably a whole layout. You know what I mean? Like I will
Yeah.
never have to experience that. Like so, like how does that like a day to day of like for what you do? Honestly,
Yeah, you could come shadow me if you want. No,
I'll fly
I
out.
guess it depends. So, on, like, a practice day, I just kind of whoever's injured, we come in and I do rehab, like, with whatever time I have. Because sometimes that can be, like, the whole practice,
Right.
and sometimes it can be, like, 5 minutes, and I get them to do, like, a couple exercises real quick. I tape them up, send them out to practice, but if they're skipping practice for an injury, then I sit with them for, like, the entire time. Because what else am
Okay,
I gonna do for the next 2 hours, you know?
that's a good point.
And then yeah, and then game days, I get in kind of early. I don't do a ton of rehab on game days. I do have
Mm,
2 kids kinda coming back from pretty significant knee injuries right now who need more attention, and so I'll
yeah.
put aside time for them. But
Okay.
mostly it's just kinda setting up, putting water out, taping, doing
But
whatever.
like those big jugs and stuff.
The 10
Oh my
gallons. I
god.
can lift a
Oh,
10-gallon cooler, so
damn.
yeah.
Okay. Respect.
Don't need it no help, thank you. Then I just kinda sit and I wait for hopefully nothing to happen while I watch the game.
Okay, yeah, I think I guess that's
Yep.
how that goes. That makes sense. Yeah,
Yep,
I
I
always curious.
am
I always
Chelsea.
yeah, right. So I always wonder how that works and stuff like that. 'Cause I was like, I'm so far away from that in a way. So it's just like once you be
I'm
like someone get
sure
injured.
yeah, I'm sure if you reached out to the athletic trainers I know, I don't know who's at Notre Dame now,
Hmm.
but last I heard it was, this guy, he's actually really cool, and he probably would let you come in and just athletic
Yeah, I
trainers
just want
usually
to
are
say
so
it.
excited to talk to people and meet to people, and you would even be like a resource, like, for him,
Right,
so I
right.
think you should, like, reach out to your athletes' athletic trainers, they probably would love to talk to you,
I need
and
it. Yeah.
there are a lot of, like, personal trainers or, like, just trainers that not athletic trainers, but, like, sport that are you yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. We
Hmm.
roll our eyes at, sometimes
Yeah,
my
yeah,
kids will
yeah.
come in and be like, "Oh, my
Yeah.
trainer told me to do this,"
Hmm.
and I'm like
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
so I think it would actually
Nah.
be really
You know
great
what?
for you to go and talk to them like this, and they would be like, "Oh, cool, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's
You're
all
working with
good. Like, I
Jay? Great."
don't.
Yeah,
There's definitely a stigma and stuff like that when it comes to
especially in that
like
area of, like,
it's
North
that
Phoenix,
oh,
Scottsdale.
a
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because like I used like because like there's a trainer at Notre Dame. I guess is like their training coach. I guess he's like the biggest one-sided beef with me. Yeah, because like
I
kids
wonder if
tell
it's
me
the
about
same
it.
guy who was there, if they have a new one.
His name's like Barry or something like that.
Yeah, he's the same
Bro,
one. He
bro,
is literally
bro.
just like Old school football coach, we always did
bro,
it this
yeah,
way, we're
yeah,
never gonna
bro.
change. Yeah.
He just like I don't even know the man. Cause like one time, like one of the kids wore one of my shirts and the thing.
Yeah, he's a very prideful guy.
I'm just like, bro, I don't even know you. You want to talk? I'm very open to having a conversation.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
only time. That's think the only thing I really had to deal with like somebody at a school, whatever. Everyone else is pretty simple. Everyone knows me for the most part, like especially at Pinnacle or
Yeah.
like Sharpe or it's like I'm in like 20 schools now, but like it just it's just weird with that.
Yeah, I think to bring collaboration back into the conversation, I think it's,
Yeah,
you know, it's hard to collaborate with somebody, and
it
I even
is.
have to, like, sit myself down, and tell myself this, like, who's real prideful. 'Cause,
Mhm.
nobody knows everything. There's
No,
always an
no, not at
opportunity
all.
to learn more and all that stuff, and I think one of my biggest things, which 'cause I asked everybody, like, "What do you think is one thing that you could change that you could or one obstacle, I guess, in collaboration?" And mine is
Hmm.
always that pride thing. Again, like, sometimes
Yeah.
I have it just a little bit and I have to, like, check myself. Not just me, but, like, it's hard to work with somebody who's really prideful too.
No, yeah. That's a good question for me. I don't really know, I guess, in a way when it comes to that for me because I don't. Is anyone I've ever came across is really a great situation or great relationship and stuff like that. So I
Mhm.
haven't had to deal with that quite yet,
Yeah.
which is great because usually my kids ask me for recommendations where they should go for like PT or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm just
Mhm.
like here because I know that they know what they're doing. And then like vice versa, PTs that know me will like be like, Jay, those things doing it's a safe situation. You're not gonna push them into harm's way.
Yes,
I
exactly.
will,
Once
I
they
will
know who you
forever.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. What's one thing that you would recommend to younger people who are in your shoes right now? It's probably maybe like what you said, like, get to know
Yeah.
people, talk
Oh,
to them.
yeah, I think especially in this area, there's so many people trying to do like their own thing. Like not everyone knows what they're doing next to, and that's okay. Everyone can learn. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely like get your feet wet. A lot of trainers that are trying to come up, I'm like, you should probably do personal training first, and
Mhm.
not go with athletes first. Because that's a whole different situation.
It's
You know
like
what
a
I
whole
mean?
it's like a second step, like,
It's a
working with
second step.
athletes
Yeah,
is
it's
like a
it's
another Mhm.
it's just different than working with, general population people. You learn how what type of trainer
Mhm.
you are. You learn how you communicate. You learn because when you get to kids, you got to be a very good communicator because they don't
Yeah.
listen half the time.
No, and they don't know where their body is in space, so you can say, like, "Hey, you need to straighten your or you need to, yeah, what do this," and they have no idea what you
They have
just
no
said.
idea. So like communicating, be efficient, getting kids through things efficiently, obviously with parents and everything like that. But yeah, when start like at a start a hindsight fitness, start whatever, just start somewhere where there's a general population where you can learn the ropes and get your reps in because going from no
Mhm.
training to straight athletes is extremely hard to do. But that's probably like my biggest advice to any trainer that's trying to like, start their own thing, which is awesome. And start smaller, smart. Obviously the education is very important.
Mhm.
Make sure and also make sure you're doing it yourself so you know how it is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's good.
know what the jumping feels like, knows what the agility routine feels like, knows what the strength conditioning feels like, a power session,
Mhm.
it can like something on the bike or the treadmill, whatever. Like whenever you have your athlete skills, you know what it's like for yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
So I have just, like, fun questions that I'm
fun
just, like,
questions.
asking
Okay,
everybody. Yeah,
okay.
just, like, fun questions because I think, and maybe this is just, like I don't wanna say, like, you're not part of healthcare, that's not what I mean. Because I think, like I said, like, preventative medicine is the best medicine, but a lot of people, like, we look at each other as our titles and not, like, as people. So when I'm
Hmm.
talking with a PT, I'm talking with a PT, I'm not talking with a human being, you know what I mean? So it's more questions to, like, humanize people, you know what I mean? Okay, 'kay, coffee or energy drinks?
I don't drink either, but coffee if I had to.
Okay. Are you not a caffeine person?
Zero caffeine,
No pre-workout or anything?
nothing,
Wow. You're
nothing.
just full of life,
Full of life
naturally?
always. Yep.
Good
Soon
for
as my
you.
feet, yeah.
Mine is all my personality is run on caffeine. Do you have any, like, game day rituals or game day routines or anything that, like any interesting ones that your athletes do that you think were notable?
Like whenever I was playing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, not really. I mean, I was very superstitious when it comes to, like, socks and stuff like that. I would say, I guess it's a ritual. But
No, that's
but,
a superstition for sure. What
oh, yeah, yeah. But
what is your sock superstition?
2,
2 pairs of socks?
2 pairs of socks always.
I do remember you doing that. I actually do remember making fun of you for that, like,
Yeah.
10 years ago.
All the time, bro. I was like, "You gotta wear 2 socks, always." For one, as
Okay.
I don't like feeling my foot, like, in the shoe, I feel like it's possibly moving, I like a little compression.
You know, it's a great way to not get blisters.
Exactly.
So, there you go. Okay, and then If you weren't doing this, what else do you think you would do?
Mm, no. I think something on TV, honestly. Like an analyst or
Maybe.
something like that, I think it's probably what I'd be doing,
Wait, what
something
did
like
you
that.
say? What would
Like
you be
I
on?
like a TV analyst, like in sports for sure. I think that's probably
Yeah,
yeah, I think I could do
that would
that.
be a good one. Yeah.
Or I'd be a therapist.
Yes, I think you'd be a good therapist. You probably are, like, at some when anybody who works with high schoolers is a therapist at one
Dude,
point in
oh,
time.
I do my second job is shaping is a performance coach and stuff like that. My first job is my district. How was your day?
Exactly,
Did you
yeah.
did you did you eat today? What's going on?
Are you not
What
jumping very high because 'cause you're
yeah,
sad?
exactly. Exactly. Shit. Like, oh, you're not dating the girl anymore? I'm sorry. You did what? Oh
That's
my
why you
god.
lost.
That's right. But
Exactly.
it's like the best though.
Yes, I know, I love them.
Right.
It's like one of the it's a highlight of the job.
Oh, it's the highlight
It's
of the
not
job.
a chore, yeah.
Not at all.
Do
So,
you have any items on Amazon that you couldn't live without that you can think of?
any items on Amazon that could not live without. Like that I buy continually?
Whatever
Oh,
you want it to
whatever.
be.
Oh,
Yeah.
great question. I think just equipment for the gym. I think that's my biggest thing that I buy is that, and then what else do I buy
Like
on
bands
Amazon?
and stuff? Or are you buying,
Oh,
like
bands. Yes, and
okay,
those
okay.
break so easily. It's unbelievable. Like
They do.
hurdles and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm not a big shopper for myself. Actually, I'm not a big shopper. I kind of just, if I absolutely need it, I'm gonna buy it. But if not,
That's fair.
yeah.
Okay.
Hard day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the questions that I have. Is there anything you wanted to add before?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think I'm great. I'm glad that you're doing this when it comes to collaborating with like PTs, personal trainers, athletic trainers and stuff like that. Because in a way, we're all in the same space. We all deal
Mhm.
with like the same people, especially in the sports world. And
Yeah.
sometimes, like you said, like sometimes like we kind of like are like it's a prideful thing, or it's like a PT will tell you something that's like I don't think that's right or whatever and stuff like that. But I think it's very important to surround yourself with the group of people that has the same kind of mindset as you do when it comes to progression and the next step and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I think community is very big when it comes to this space because a lot of people who I don't think have that when it comes to training. They don't know where to go to. They don't know who to talk to when it comes to like that. Kind of just, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I think the takeaway I've like learned so far is just being open to everybody. Resources are a very big thing in this industry, and
Mhm.
being genuine is another big thing.
Yes.
Being
Yeah, being
being
genuine is
genuine, being
huge.
genuine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially with, like with high school like, they smell non-genuine people from a mile away. You know what I mean? They know.
yeah. Right, and, like, you can tell, like, definitely people are not about the kid, it's more so it's about, their own job and what they're trying to do, and it's like when they're especially dealing with
Yes.
kids, it's about them. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not about you at the end of the day.
No,
You know
exactly.
what I
The whole
mean?
world's
You're
about them. Yeah. Oh, that's a good ending point. Okay. And then where can people find you? Because even I steal some of the things that Jay puts online all of the time and I use it for my athletes. So where can people find you so they can steal all your stuff too?
you can find it on Stay Sharp Performance. It's spelled exactly how it sounds, except for Sharp. Sharp has an E on it. Not the one that has an E on it. And then, yeah, that's all we're on that right now. We plan all my media, all my tips, tricks, and everything like that. And
Is it just Instagram or
just
do
yeah,
you have a TikTok? Okay. I was
I do
like,
not
if
have a
you have a
TikTok.
TikTok, I don't follow it and I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. I do not have a TikTok. I just
Okay.
like yeah, I did not get into. I'm probably going to soon, but yeah, I'm just on Instagram, Threads, of course.
Mhm.
That's attached to it, but yeah, just Instagram. That's where you can find me with anything that I do.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Absolutely, absolutely, it's great. It's great.